Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 5th grade concept of solving data problems. This is Standard 5.9C in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 1 of the 2024 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. All right, so we have a basic bar graph here. And we've got the number of park visitors recorded for 5 days. One value is missing. Wednesday. That's the question. How many visitors were at the park on Wednesday? So what clue do they give us right here? The number of visitors on Wednesday was half of the numbers on Friday. All right, so half the number on Friday. So let's take a look at what we've got here. All right, so we've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're looking at this right here. And let's just see if we can put some numbers on this, right? So we've got our scale factor here, and it looks like we're counting at least the big numbers here by 50, right? So it looks like we're counting by 50s. You've got these intermediate lines right here in between in case we need them. And so we need to think what's half of 50. Think of 50 cents is 2 quarters, so 1 quarter will be 25, right? So that's going to be 25. That's going to be 75, and so on, all right? So we see this Tuesday right here. It's going to be right there in between 100 and 150. So that's going to be on that 25 line right there. So 125. We don't know about Wednesday. And we see this right here, right between 200 and 250, right? So that's going to be 225. And Friday is the one we're looking at. So let's look at this right here. It's not even on a line. It's just plain old 400. Now, it is a little bit, distant from that scale factor. So you do need to visually track it over like you can draw, like I have with the graph draw feature. You can use a ruler or a straight edge to kind of line things up, but that does make it tricky because this bar is so far over from this side over here. If you just try to eyeball it, you can easily think it's a little bit above or a little bit below. I can see that. And then Saturday, really far over, but it's just going to be straight on that line, that 450. Now, obviously, one of our answers could be 400. We see this 400 right here. And if we see that, we're going to get the wrong answer because we need to now deal with this word half. Okay, so Wednesday, I'm going to make that W was, I'm going to say equals. So W equals half, right, of Friday. So W equals 1/2 F. So as we get older into middle school, we're going to start seeing more and more equations that look like this. But we're trying to describe the relationship between these two. We don't know what Wednesday is. That's what we're searching for. We do know what Friday is. So Wednesday equals 1/2, and then this Friday, well, that's 400. So there's two ways we can do this. Half of 400 we can multiply. 1/2 times 400. Or we can use inverse operations. We can know that multiplying by 1/2 is the same as dividing by 2, right? By its reciprocal. So we could also do 400 divided by 2. And most of us can just use place value relationships to decompose this number, right? If I'm going to use these 400s right here, right, if I say this is 100, 200, 300, 400, I'm using these flats to kind of represent each hundred, right? Just cut it in half, you're going to get 200 and 200. So that seems pretty obvious, and you can do that to get our answer here. So it's going to be A, 200 visitors on Wednesday.